new pavement. Woo-woo! Slightly moist for the first time since it's been put down, so you know what that means. Good and oily. So this is actually the first time I've been out here since they started paving. It's pretty embarrassing. Just been running around so much, and even today I just had to put a bunch of work that I needed to do, still have to do, on hold. I hope that my clients and customers will just be understanding that it's a time of year that we stay a little bit backed up. So shooting forwards with a gimbaled camera that has a delay in its movement. Sorry, I've got a cough that's been going on for like 2 months now. Just freaking, I guess, pollen. But a gimbaled camera, or a stabilized camera even, just a fixed camera like a GoPro with stabilization turned on, will have this sort of lag as you go around corners. If it's facing forwards, that will cause it to point in the wrong direction, essentially. And filming backwards has the opposite effect. So filming backwards tends to be just an easier direction for a gimbaled camera to be situated, because it will tend to naturally follow a trailing vehicle as you go around corners. But I wanted to test it shooting forward, and we'll be testing it, you know, backwards, sideways, everything. This is the first time I've really had the Pocket 3 in action. We picked it up when MoveMax reached out to us and asked us if we wanted to test this arm, did we have a Pocket 3, and we had been kicking around getting one anyway. Lori likes the form factor and the possibilities for vlogging and whatnot, so that was enough of an impetus, as they say there, for us to just go ahead and order one and tell them, yeah, we'll get one on the way, and you can go ahead and send that arm. So they did, and they both arrived about the same time. I've had them a couple of weeks, got some photos, but I haven't had a chance to get it out and actually test it until today. And I figured, I was hoping the forecast looked pretty good. I was hoping this rain would kind of hold off. It's just barely sprinkling, but you can see the road's damp. And there's a system moving through like Nashville, Middle Tennessee, so it's a couple hours at 60 miles an hour away. Probably more like 3 or 4 hours at normal storm traveling speed, but I figured I'd have time to get out here and get a little bit of footage before it came. But some stuff that wasn't on radar has settled in over the road here, and just gonna have to deal with that. So I'm wearing the DJI wireless mic that automatically connects to this DJI Pocket 3 gimbaled camera that's on the MoveMax arm here. So it's all a pretty slick ecosystem. I don't know if they're going to pave the pull-offs. They haven't put any, I haven't noticed any of them with new pavement on it yet, but this is just a preliminary layer. that they put down to sort of fill in problem spots, and then they're going to come back over everything with a final layer, as I understand it. Recenter the camera there. But yeah, I'm using the DJI wireless mic, which when you order when you order it with the Pocket 3 camera, it comes in the package already paired up, and you turn the camera on. If you turn this wireless mic on, it automatically kicks over to the wireless mic for audio, connects to it, and then you're good to go. You know, it's just super easy to set up and implement. So I think it's got potential for just putting the wireless mic on like the bumper of a car, the back low wind area. It comes with a wind, you know, a wind sock for the microphone that clips on pretty nicely, but still they can only do so much. And so if you can tuck the microphone into a low wind area like the back bumper, you can get some pretty decent audio that way. So I think it'll be kind of cool to be able to film other cars and auto track them one-man band style with this setup, and then put this microphone on the back of their car sort of out of sight. It's got a magnetic means of attachment as well as a clip. So I've done that before with other wireless mics with pretty good results. I wish the Pocket 3 was a little bit of a tighter field of view focal length. It's tighter than a GoPro, but not by a whole lot. And to get the really cool cinematic look that we get from using the big rig, the full-size DSLR cameras and the big lenses and stuff, we use a lot of zoom, and it means you got to work harder to stay on the subject. Auto tracking on this device is reportedly really good, so I think one of the reasons it's pretty good is because it has a wide field of view, so the subject can't as easily get out of the view of the camera too quickly. We got some slow movers here, so I'm gonna auto track on like this this little focus here and see if it'll stay on him. All right, so it's locked on to the focus, and I'm kind of uncomfortably close to him, and he still looks pretty far away. So I wish, like I said, it had a tighter. Yeah, I just lost focus, but it grabbed it back, so that's cool. I don't know why I lost it, but I've got a pretty small box drawn on him. That may be part of, because he was kind of far away, so there it goes, it lost, it grabbed again right there. It is kind of cool how it sort of automatically resumes if it can after losing the subject for whatever reason. It automatically picks it back up. I know on our bigger rig and with the DJI RS2 and all that, Yeah, see, it's lost him right here. And so it's just sort of sitting still. I'm gonna try to re-box him here. There we go. So I don't know, yeah, I just lost him again. That's a little disappointing. So I had heard that it was, you know, better at tracking subjects than some of the other DJI products, but yeah, it's still losing him and jumping back onto him. Maybe if it was shooting backwards where it doesn't have to sort of fight the normal rotation of the car, it'll do a little better, but it shouldn't require that. There's no reason that it can't turn that little head quick enough to counter the direction of the rotation of the vehicle it's mounted to. It's staying locked on him right now. It drew a bigger box and he's kind of off to the side of the box. It drew like a rectangular box this time, so maybe it has a little bit more leeway. It also has him framed up sort of to the left of the little box. So I think that's a thing that you can do as well, is sort of affect the composition by using the controls, either the virtual controls on the phone or the physical joystick on the camera, to sort of shift the view around after it gets locked and force it to recompose the shot. So I'm gonna let this Corvette go by and maybe get a little bit of footage of him. Now I just jumped onto the Corvette like it doesn't even recognize or seem to care that it's a totally different vehicle, whatever. All right, we're coming to a stop here. That's kind of cool. It's twisting around a little bit and still staying on the other vehicles. I'm gonna get a couple pictures here with the phone. This car has the auto start stop emissions stuff on it for the purposes of fuel consumption, I guess, and it's only active when it's in normal drive mode. As soon as you put it in either the Sport or the Sport Plus mode, it cancels that, or you can tap the button obviously and turn it off, but it will come back on the next time you start the car. But it's actually kind of nice sometimes. So I'm in a drive-through or something like that, you know, kill the motor so that I can hear them better and they can hear me better and all that good stuff. Munching on some mustard. So I've got the phone, my phone's sort of mounted up on my dash on a phone mount, a magnetic phone mount, so I can hands-free sort of keep an eye on what the camera's doing. But yeah, it's still awfully wide angle, this Pocket 3. And I looked around for like clip-on zoom lenses, but I didn't see anything. There's a clip-on wide angle lens that it comes with, but I personally don't want it to be any wider. Let's see if it'll track this Corvette around this corner while I swing wide. Nice. Yeah, it's doing pretty good on that one. There may be some spots on the lens. I can't quite tell on this cell phone shot. But it is kind of sprinkling and getting water on my windshield, so I assume it's on my camera lenses as well. Okay, so just to confirm, they are paving the pull-off right there, so that's cool. Got the sweeper going. Well, that really foobarred the tracking on the camera. Steamroller coming at you. Tracking and pick tracking back up. Nice, nice. Yeah, I like the way it follows them into the corner before I even start turning. It's already turning the camera. So as long as tracking is on, now tracking is going really wide, like it's searching or something. That's weird. But if it's locked on and tracking, it looks like, while facing forward, it fixes the problem inherent in a gimbaled camera being facing forward, in that it doesn't lag. But there it lost track. I just drew a box there and it's back on the car in front. Oh, nice. He's going to do a converti swap. He'll probably only do that at certain speeds, I imagine. Top goes down, top goes up. The video quality on the phone right now, at least, looks pretty good. This has got a 1-inch sensor in this little Pocket 3 camera, which is a respectable size sensor for such a small rig. I think that's bigger than what they've got in GoPros and most other action cameras, so that's cool. Yeah, it's totally lost. You hear a little bit of asphalt there, rocks, pebbles being picked up, but it's not too bad. They're doing a pretty good job of sweeping the road and keeping it as small of a problem, I guess you could call the surface, as they can. Yeah, there's a paved pull-off there, nice. This is local parking. They look really nice. Yeah, and this is mounted out off the nose of the car, so it's in the airstream as aggressively as possible, I guess you could say, but we're not going very fast, obviously, here with all this construction, so it's not a challenge for it to deal with. New guardrail that they've installed here at this end of the overlook. Looks really good. Somebody's already stickering it up with an F-bomb. All right, I'm gonna switch it now to the back of the car and see if we can get some tracking action off the back.